And you are.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hi, good, how are you?
What did you like from this game?
I think the thing that pleased us most was seeing us handle different types of adversity, you know. We had players go down with sickness, foul trouble. We had to, see different alignments out there, and I think that I love the way that we just listened and continued to stay focused. And I told them, I said, that's actually a great preparation for a road game in a sense, because you see a lot of chaos kind of going on around you, and you just continue to listen and do the next right thing.
We saw Savia have her first career start today, and maybe didn't fill up the stat sheet, but as I kind of said, had that Wilt-like performance in terms of hustling, especially at the end of that first half. Those 2 big steals and then the 3 at the buzzer. What can you say about Zavia's her first career start? Yeah,
she did a great job, especially on the defensive end of the floor. She's also 5 assists, 5 steals, and so that's filling the stat sheet to me. I think it's important that we remember that every stat is important that you bring to the team, and she does a great job on both ends of the floor.
A little bit more about that first half run. You had that big lead at the end of the first. Second quarter kind of closed a little bit to get it down to, I think it was 34-28. And then the last minute and a half, you have that 9-0 run. And then by that crazy bank 3 by Briggs at the buzzer.
That was planned. No.
Yeah, that was planned, yeah. So what happened in that moment? What does that speak for the team? That you mentioned that adversity, kind of get maybe soft in the mouth a little bit, and then you respond the way that you did.
Yeah. Well, first of all, just even that play is a great example of it. Is we don't stop playing. There's always an opportunity to do something in the next play that can provide a spark to your team, and that attempt was a big spark for us. And so I think that again, fighting through adversity is what you want to do, and this team did that well today.
Lauren, how much is the three-pointer becoming like an identity for this team? This is the 3rd straight game that you guys have hit at least 10.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's our identity, but we shoot the 3 well, and we're working really hard at it, as you can tell. But I think just putting the pieces together is the biggest thing, and having our defense be solid creates that offensive advantage for us on the offensive side.
Does it ever feel like it's like worth more than 3 points? It's like a big one, and it moves, and then just goes in, and
Yeah, I mean, those are the best when the ball movement is just right, and you get that perfect wide open shot. And we had 21 assists today?
On 32 makes.
On 32 makes, which is really amazing, and I'm really proud of this team for sharing the ball and just being really unselfish.
What happened in that first quarter? It felt like you guys were, if not an early knockout, it was really close to at least establishing control of the game and not really letting them back into it.
I think we were just focusing on being tough, and we've been focusing on growing in defense, so I think we just tried to lock in, and it kind of came naturally to us because we were just trying hard.
And then I just have to ask, in the 4th quarter, it feels like what when you guys it feels like the job is done, and now let's watch these sort of young guns kind of go out and establish themselves. What does that feel like?
It's so fun to be on the other side of things, kind of cheering for your team, and being that great teammate, and also coaching them on the sideline and on the court. But it's fun to just see them really understand our offense and just be a part of college basketball.
Hey, Coach, tonight, what got into Layla? I think it was the 70 points in the first half, but in the second half, I don't think she scored in the second half, right?
Yeah. She had a great game. Obviously, you have a teammate you've played with go down sick right before the game starts, and I thought she really said, to herself, I need to be strong, and we needed our veterans to come out and be great from a leadership standpoint, and she took a great initiative to do that, especially on the offensive end when we needed that. We also had an advantage from a scout standpoint in her, how they put pick and rolls and what they were doing, and so I thought we understood that. She did it with great poise, in the second half. I think we were a little tired in the second half to start, and we got outside of maybe kind of what gave us some success to start with. So that's on me for some calls. But I really like the way she played today. I thought she played great on both ends of the floor.
Was it like a concerted effort to go to her, or was that just her being more active on the board?
I think it was a combination. I love that she's seeing the three. I love that she's seeing, when the ball touches her hands, eyes to the rim, and she's making good reads. So some were for her roles, and some were for her to pop and make reads. And so I thought she did a great job of that.
Yeah, and like her 3-pointers are out. I don't think she made one last year. I don't think she made one as a sophomore.
I don't know.
And
She worked her tail off all summer, so I'm used to seeing it now. So I'm like, shoot it. So again, it was incredible work. Each summer she has used very well to expand her game. And her whole team, they know she's very good at shooting the three now.
Is the three, is the three becoming like the identity of the team some, or is it just part of it?
Well, I think it's an important part of what we want to do offensively because it spreads the floor, it gives us more spacing. But we want to see that we also can have a night where maybe it's not falling as well for us, and we can still execute at a really high rate. And so I like what we did tonight was, and we had 22 made threes. I'm sorry, 22 attempted threes and over 62 shots. That's a good ratio probably for us.
Before tonight, you guys led the nation in defensive scoring. I mean, obviously you're not going to hold every team under 40, but what was tonight like in terms of defense?
Well, I thought they did some great things on the offensive end of the floor, really test us and put pressure on the rim. And I thought, we were late to help a lot. We allowed some straight line drives. I mean, there's things that we need to improve on. I know you're probably, I don't know. I think that the team would say there's moments we were really proud of. We worked on the post charge, or we took a post charge, and we worked on some help side and took a help side charge. But then we also had some moments. It's just early that we're learning those shifts, and we did some switching, we did some staying, and so I like the way we're learning and growing.
I think it's all in all, 3 games, 3 straight wins that are just lopsided. Just your thoughts on kind of where you guys are at right now.
I didn't feel it to me. No, I think that's a great program, really well coached. Again, I thought they did a great job running really good actions, and so it was a great next step for our program. Continues to build our experience level, and continuing to see different things that we expect. And so it's the right building block for us. I like the step that we took today.
Last question. Let's talk a little bit about Redeem. Pretty quiet first 3 quarters. In the fourth, she kind of exploded at 8 points. It was 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. What can you say for her? What kind of changed from the first 3 quarters to the fourth?
I think just staying with it. I mean, this team holds itself to a really high standard, and sometimes we can get a little discouraged when we do that. And I think the team does a great job for one another, encouraging each other to next play. We can move on and still have success. There's a lot of ways to affect a game, and she did affect it in a lot of ways prior to that fourth quarter, other than scoring. And so I think just the encouragement of her team was really great.
Just for either Lauren or Hannah, whoever wants to speak on it. I mentioned that's 3 games now you've led Wires while you haven't trailed the same point this entire year. So how does that mean for you all? Competition's going to ramp up a little bit. You're going on your first trip to Hawaii in a little bit, although you decided to get your game against Seattle. So what does it mean for you all? How do those games with that momentum keep building on each other?
Yeah, I think Coach keeps talking about, for the first game, we were ready for the first game. For the second game, we were ready for the second game. And for the third game, we were ready for today. So we just keep building, and we're going to get ready for Game 4 on Saturday. So just preparing and trusting the process throughout it all, and just, really understanding and going game by game.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thank
both.
you.
Appreciate you.